Reflection isn't looking backward. It's how elite leaders course correct in real time, even before it's too late and the damage is done. So today I show you how top CEOs use reflection as strategic advantage, not as self-analysis, yet as a leadership operating discipline. Hello there and welcome back. Most leaders think reflection is something you do after the work is done. That's wrong. You're going to love this angle. High-performing CEOs use reflection during the work that sharpens decisions, regulate pressure, and actually avoid repeating the same expensive mistakes. The misunderstanding about reflection, when most executives hear the word reflection, they think slowing down, overthinking, second guessing, and even losing momentum. So, naturally, they avoid it. They stay in motion, they stay busy, they stay reactive, yet speed without reflection doesn't create progress. It creates repetition. And I'll repeat that. Speed without reflection does not create progress. It creates repetition. The same conversations, the same tensions, the same decisions, just with different people and higher stakes. You see, reflection, on the other hand, when done correctly, doesn't slow down the leader. It prevents drift. So, why is reflection on a performance tool? Well, top CEOs don't reflect to analyze themselves. They reflect to analyze one question. And here's the question.
Is the way I'm operating still producing the outcomes I want?
You see, reflection is how leaders detect blind spots early. They notice when pressure is distorting their judgment, and they catch patterns before they harden into culture. And actually, they retain control rather than giving in to circumstances. You see, without reflection, leadership becomes reactive. With reflection, however, it becomes intentional. This is why most effective leaders build reflection into their operating rhythm, not as a retreat, but as a strategic checkpoint, which leads us to the core framework, the 3 levels of leadership reflection. Here's how elite CEOs practice reflection, simply and efficiently. Level 1, event reflection. What just happened? After any high-impact moment, a meeting, a decision, a conflict, ask yourself, what was the outcome? Then, what worked? And what didn't? No emotion, no justification, just facts. This keeps leaders grounded in reality instead of narratives. Level number 2, state reflection. What state was I in? Next question. Was I calm or rushed? Was I clear or pressured? Was I open or defensive? Be honest with your answer. This is where most leaders gain leverage because, and you already know this, because we touched on this before.
Outcomes are often less about strategy, Torijan, and more about the state from which decisions were made.
And the question above, we'll put them in the description below, do exactly that. They create awareness, which is key to your clarity. Level 3, pattern reflection. Where does this show up again? Now, this is the highest level. Ask yourself, where else does this pattern appear? With whom does it appear? And repeat. And what does it cost me over time? This is how leaders stop managing symptoms and start correcting systemic issues. Reflection at this level changes trajectory and therefore changes results. Now, the real value of reflection under pressure. Here's the paradox. The more pressure a leader is under, the more valuable reflection becomes, and the more likely it is to be skipped. Yet, reflection under pressure restores perspective, reduces emotional carryover, prevents escalation, and sharpens judgment. It doesn't remove responsibility, it stabilizes authority, your authority. So let's take some action here now. Actionable assignment, the 5-minute leader reset. Here's a simple discipline you can use immediately at the end of each day. Take 5 minutes. Let's reframe this right now. In order to become the 1%, you must do what 99 others will not. So, let's get to it. First, what decision today mattered most? Reflect on that. Number 2, what state was I in when I made it? That reflection is paramount. And number 3, what will I adjust tomorrow, slightly, to improve the outcome? That's it. No journaling, no deep analysis, just calibration. Because leadership reflection isn't about thinking more. It's about thinking cleaner and clearer. There you have it. Great leaders don't wait for clarity to appear. They create it deliberately. Reflection is not a pause from leadership. It is part of how leadership stays sharp. I work with CEOs and top executives through confidential conversation that sharpens clarity, strategy, and leadership presence. I promise progress. If this resonates, you know where to find me.